Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's awesome that you're tuning in. So in this video we are going to take a close look at the Blackhawk X13. This is a 5.inch large screen handheld, they love to call it. But the question remains, what are we going to get? Because these X series handhelds, yeah, if you're looking at the legacy of these things, it's more like a legacy of shitty handhelds. But the Blackhawk X13 comes with a couple of interesting options. So we have the option to add a CF card to expand the internal memory and add new files. Then we're going to have the connection with the television and in hand-to-hand combat. In other words, we can use controllers. And here we also have the option for the dual rocker control. And we can watch some videos. Okay, so what are we going to get in the box itself? Of course, the handheld itself, plastic. Then we're going to get an AV out cable, yep. We're going to get some horrible, shitty, crappy headphones. Then we're going to get the mini USB, holy crap, mini USB, they're still using that. And of course the toilet paper manual that comes, I think, does it come in English? Yep, it comes in English. Like, the letters are so small, I cannot even freaking read them. I need a magnifying glass for this. No, but just kidding, of course. But it comes with a basic explanation how it works. But I'm so curious with this, because sometimes these things are pretty damn awesome, but sometimes they're like freaking awful. But let's do a quick ASMR moment with the wicked unboxing. So the first impression of this is that it looks kind of nice, and it's got a really nice weight to it. And when you're looking at the form factor, and this Powkiddy device looks not bad at all, or I love to say it, Powkiddy! But still they are using the shitty freaking D-pad, and of course let's remove this first. Oh, that was not really an effort. But what you're going to get isn't quite a nice design. Ah man, it's more like this glossy black color. I like it a lot and it's quite comfortable. So that is already a very nice positive thing about this handheld. But even this thing has a very nice weight to it. And also, that's a very comfortable touch. The question remains, how good is it when it comes to the controls? Because there, Powkiddy have this, in my opinion, reputation, like cranking out those handhelds or labeling them, but in the end, not having a finished product when it comes to the software. But first of all, let's talk about the weight itself, because I'm curious. So this thing weighs 261 grams, and that is in general not bad at all. So when it comes to the weight, comfortable and how it feels like a very sturdy handheld. And I must say that I'm very surprised because of the weight. I still got the idea that it weighs more than 261 grams. Okay, so at the right side we're going to get the ABXY, just a basic layout. The touch itself of the buttons, it's okay, it's a long travel membrane button. And at the right we're going to get, I think this is similar to PlayStation 4 joystick design. And the feel is not bad at all. Then we're going to get the select and start over here. And at the top we're going to get only one button. And that is an issue, because when it comes to PlayStation stuff like that, we need at least more buttons. At least, let's say, 4 shoulder buttons. I'm only having one of them. But what I like about it, when you're holding the handheld, the shoulder button can be reached fairly easily. And that is also like an issue with a lot of handhelds, that we're having shoulder buttons. They are like freaking awful to find and touch on your handheld. Okay, at the left side also we're going to get the same analog stick. The D-pad is not really a D-pad, it's the same style like the 4 separate buttons. But like I say, like if you want to play fighting games, it's a mission impossible. And here we're going to get plus and minus, and most of the time they're going to be used for volume control. And of course here we're going to get another shoulder button. Okay, so here we have the option to add 2 controllers to it. We're having the charging port, the old school mini USB, CF input, the AV out, the on-off switch, and this is the reset button. So if the thing freezes, you can reset it over here. So this thing comes with 16 GB built-in, and yep, it seems to be this time we're going to get this shitty camera. I have no idea why they keep using this, because they are like so bad. Like they were like webcams from 1999, something like that. Okay, so I wanted to power it on and show you what you're going to get. Over here we're going to get the LIdea. And the booting up will take a couple of seconds. I really love this new intro, but I can already tell you I have seen this kind of software before. Yeah, so the menu look very stylish, and what you can play basically is 8-bit, 16-bit, let's say 32-bit-ish Game Boy Advance. There's possible to some mame, but it is very limited when it comes to this. Then we're having movie, music, ebook, tools, settings. And in the settings we're having some options over here for the display. That's what we're going to need if you want to use the AV out. But there is not a lot of stuff you can change out. There is no way to, let's say, to mess around with emulators, update them if they have any issues. So let's get into the emulation and just see how the games are running in general. Okay, so the display is maybe like a very big display, they love to say it, but it is a 5.1 and it is like an old school LCD we have seen before with cheap handhelds. So the view angle is pretty damn awful. Okay, I already tell you that the volume is not very loud. Quite disappointing if you ask me. But you can see like it is messed up when it comes to the audio. And I'm not surprised, I have seen it before when it comes to the video game systems on these X13 handhelds. So let's try another game. Like NES is in my opinion completely messed up. It's still playable, but we're having like a sound delay of a couple of seconds sometimes. Another issue I have found is that when you're looking into the menu itself, nothing is wrong. You have like a quick load, quick save, that works all fine. But they have mapped it to the select button. And if you're having a need for selection button in a game, you will have an issue. It's not a big of an issue, but it is an issue because they removed the back button I have seen with previous models of the Powkiddy. Okay, so next let's try Game Boy Advance, but sadly I had already some issues. You can hear that the sound is going all places, and I mean like it's speeding up, it's slowing down, and this is not like it should be. So this game is basically going on turbo mode. It's got a really unstable FPS. In my opinion, it makes this thing freaking unplayable. So you cannot do anything about it because the emulators are locked down, the software is locked down, and oh boy, this is just a freaking big issue. Okay, so normally with MAME you need to enter uncredited with select. Yeah, you cannot do this because when you press it, you go back to the menu for going back to the exit or the main menu, and you can make a quick load, quick save. But they did not mess it up because you can press the start, so that is possible. But this time we're going to play Turbo Beefcake because, yep, this game also runs on turbo mode. The weird thing is that I don't have this idea that it has this unstable situation when it comes to the FPS compared with the Game Boy Advance. But if you don't mind, it's still playable. Another thing I really hate about this thing is that they always give us like the option for 2 analog stick, but basically what they're doing, the second analog stick is mapped to the ABXY. So that makes this freaking useless in my opinion. You can play like this, like you can try to play, oh yeah, so this is what I mean, like you can just play the game and use the two both analog sticks. That's kind of weird in my opinion. Okay, so next up I wanted to try the Mega Drive part of it, or Sega Genesis. I just wanted to point out that the save function in the game is not working at all, sadly, so you always need to use the quick load and quick save menu, otherwise you cannot save at all. But when you're looking closely, you can already see this thing has some issues. I have some minor sound delay. And the sound itself is completely messed up. It's still playable, but you can hear like the sound of the spinning, it's like freaking messed up. It's really freaking awful. And also here you can see that it's basically glitching with the shadows. Okay, so let's take a close look at the camera itself. For once I just wanted to show you, you can see that it is super low resolution. So let's take a close look at all the other options. Then we're going to get the photo, file manager and a record. That's it. There's not a lot of options over here. So it still has the same shitty stuff that we have seen with the first editions of the X series. Only the emulation itself, it's more like a mixed bag. And I mean with this, like, sometimes it's okay, it's playable, but in general it's really bad. Okay, but what about the TV out function? And even this, they managed to just mess it up. Because I do have a signal out, and the signal out is not really bad. It's old school AV out, so don't expect miracles out of it. But I don't have any audio, so if you ask me, this doesn't work at all. Alright guys, so what I don't get about this product itself. So first of all, the AV out function doesn't work like it should be, so why bother even adding it? So the display itself, it's okay, it's not an IPS, it's a budget product, so you can expect to get something like this. The D-pad is still using this, I don't get it why they are using sometimes a normal D-pad, then using like 4 buttons. It's a freaking mess, even if Powkiddy is releasing all of the same handhelds or the same kind of handhelds after each other. So let's say they're cranking them out or shitting them out like 5 of them in a freaking month. Like the USB with the controllers, I don't like it at all. So if they remove all of the features, give us a better display and get ourselves a better freaking piece of software with good emulation, because this is not like it should be. I want to thank you for watching, consider subscribing, hit the little bell, become one of the X family, and I will see you in the next video.